earlier we had stopped at this place. We had stopped here. Dasana Samapatti Desana. Now we go further. At Puggala Panyatti Desana, we have already covered this many times.
I think we can see some kind of message writing place, is that whatever you're talking is coming on the screen?
Is it?
Yeah.
No, nothing is coming.
I can see it. I don't know whether everybody can see it. I can even whatever I am talking also.
Oh, you would have turned on live captions, Bobby. In settings, you would have turned on live captions, so you can just switch it off.
Me?
Yes,
Yeah.
because it's not coming here.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah.
Asantomba. Okay, so now we begin. So we have covered this earlier also. There are 7 kind of individuals. So yesterday also in the night I was covering about it. There are these 7 individuals. One who will get a magga, that is Sadhanusari, so he will be reborn as a human. Okay, to continue. One who is a Dhammanusari, who will again be reborn as a human, but he will go towards Panya, wisdom. The first one will go towards Chito Vimukti if he practices. The
Sadhanusari or Dhammanusari will not be born in heavenly world.
Generally, it is said, I don't know, that they are born in human world rather than Deva world. And the Saddha Vimukto and the Ditti Patho are born both in human world and heaven. And the next Kaya Sakhi can be born in the Rupa world and Arupa world. And Panya Vimukto would be born in either of the 4 Arupajanas, or if he is a Anagami, then he will be born in a Brahma realm. And Ubato Bhaga Vimukto is released from both sides. So there's nothing more to be done. In that, we looked into the Kitagiri Sutta. He said that the Panya Vimukto has something to do. I mean, if it's Panya Vimukto, there's nothing to be done. Ubato Bhaga Vimukti, nothing needs to be done. But for Kaya Sakhi, Dittipato, Saddha Vimukto, Dhammanusari, Saddhanusari, they still have to work out.
So Saddha Vimukto and Kaya, they are not arahants.
Which one?
See, like Ubbado Bhaga Vimukto, they are arahants, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Panya Vimukto also is arahant.
Can be an Anagami or an Arhat.
Kaya Sakhi?
Kaya Sakhi is a person who is able to get into the jhanas, that is Chitto Vimukti. So he has to do something.
So he is not liberated?
No.
He is only jhana. Not even first Sotapanna.
Why are you bringing Sotapanna? Sotapanna is the first, that Saddha Vimukto and the Ditti Patho. So now we have to go back to Kitagiri Sutta, which we had done earlier, if you have this confusion. Shall we go?
No, it's okay.
No, it's nothing to be okay.
What I was saying is that these people, like, it can be liberated in both the ways. That's what the translation. And one is freed by wisdom. That means he's also an arhat.
Yes,
So
he is an arhat.
Yeah.
So
direct witness means he's also seen the truth, right?
Wait, so we'll go through that. No. So why speculate? See, life, we shouldn't speculate. If we speculate, then it says, aha, this one, that one. So what Buddha says, we'll see. Wait. Let's open that up. No worries. Okay, so let me share the screen. Always, when we have doubt, we should kill that doubt then and there. That's always better than carrying the. Okay, now you see. We'll go down. Okay, from here. What does he say? Saddhanusari. He knows, and they have the following faculties: Saddindriyam, Virindriyam, Satindriyam, Samadindriyam, Pannendriyam. In that he has Saddindriya. That has opened up for him. But he has to work out. Who doesn't have a direct meditative experience of the peaceful liberation that are formless, transcending form. And having seen with wisdom the defilement have not come to an end, and they have a degree of faith and love for the realized one. Okay, so this is Saddhanusari. So they just have faith in the realized one. They don't understand the Dhamma as yet. And they have a degree of faith. They don't have a full faith, but they have a degree of faith.
Where it is written where they will be born?
No, it's very clear. They have work to be done, right? Work to be done means what? They will be born or they will not be born?
No, they will born, but where they will be, like, is it?
See, if he's just a Saddha, then where he will be born? You tell me. No, I'm asking you the question.
Saddha can be born in some lower heavenly worlds also, right? It is possible that, and they can continue their practice there.
No, the thing is, like, what does he say? They have not experienced any meditative experience, and they never have seen any wisdom. That's what he's saying. No, and having seen with wisdom, their defilements have not come to an end. That means they don't have it. So if all of them were to be reborn in a heavenly realm, that is Saddhanusari, Dhammanusari, Saddha Vimukto, then the Dhitti Pato, then you don't require so many categorization because they all means the same. Correct? No. So
yeah,
we should see that there is a difference. There is a subtle difference. It need not, and these people are not Sotapanna. They are on the Magga. They are not on the Phala. Only those people who are having a Phala are reborn in a heavenly as well as a human existence. Correct?
yeah.
Okay, so now there are 8 kind of individual, right? 8 Puggalas. So first Puggala is somebody who is on the path. And the second Puggala is one who has got the fruit. Out of the 2, who is better? The person on the path is better or the person who has got the fruit is better? Obviously the fruit is better. If the fruit is better and both the on the path and on the fruit, they are going to be in the same place, then there's nothing called as 8 individuals, right? There could be only 4 individuals by that token. See, let's take Anugami and Anagami. Meaning to say, on the path of being Anagami and on when one has become an Anagami. If you take those 2 and they both mean the same, then there's no point in having that he's on the path and he is a friction. They both are exactly the same. But there is not the same. On the path means he has to put a lot of effort, or he will be reborn in the earlier existence rather than being an Anagami. So the next life he has to work out to become an Anagami. So what happens? He will never be reborn in a heaven, in a Brahma realm, meant for Anagami. He will be born in a Deva realm, but then he'll come back to human realm, and again he has to start from that point onwards.
No, that is not my question. My question is why, even they have to definitely born in a human world. They can be born in a Deva world and finish from there. Right? They can they can whatever remains. So, for
No.
example, even
No, Bobby, I think you have not understood it correctly. Human realm is the centrifugal point where you can go up or you can go down. So one train goes down, another train goes up. So in that, what is that sutta where he talks about a tortoise? Okay, once in 1,000 years, that tortoise will come up on the surface, and then somebody puts a ring. So he's asking that how rare it is to be a human being. Yeah. Now, if the person has a punya phala, he will be in heavenly realm. As soon as it ends, he comes back to human realm, or he enters into the apayas. So what the thing is, if a sotapanna is there, he will not get into the apayas. He will be either born in a heavenly realm or in human realm, right? Now let's take the Saddhanusari. If Saddhanusari also can be reborn in a heaven and he can end his existence there, then there is no difference between a Saddhanusari. Anusari means follower. He is not a friction person. So there shouldn't be any distinction, is what I'm saying. They both are the same. So instead of 8 Puggalas, it should be 4 Puggalas, because it doesn't make sense to have separation just for separation. There should be something which is separating them. Correct? If the argument is that they should they be born in a heavenly realm,
no,
yes.
that is not what I'm saying. That is not compulsory. For example, like even in human world, there are like normal people, like arhans, sutapannas, and everything. Same way, yeah. What Buddha is saying, there can be born in a human world, like one sutana or sutapannas. But is it possible that a sutapanna at the end of his life in human world can be born in a deva world, and then he might have a different degree of life there, but he should he has 7 lives also. But is it not possible that he can complete his journey, like if he practice seriously in
No,
that
that place only has. If you can mute Bobby for a second, it is echoing. So thing is, if that place can have both the punya apunya, then it makes sense, because you should have both. Like in the human world, you have both. You have pain, you have pleasure. You have both. In the below world, it's only pain. In the above world, there's only pleasure. So how can that being by itself get over there? So let's take Sotapanna as an example. Why he should be reborn in a human realm again? There's no need, right? But Buddha says he will be reborn in a human realm. He will not go down. But then my question comes, why he should be born in a human realm? He can have 7 lives in the Deva world and exit from there. Right? By the same token, we can apply this for the same token everywhere. So there can't be anything called as Sakadagami. There can't be anything called as Sotapanna, because they all mean the same. Why they can't be born there? They can be reborn there. Nothing stops. Then would they come back to human existence is the question. Will they take a womb existence again? Yes. Buddha says yes for Sotapanna. Buddha says yes for Sakadagami. He will take one womb existence. Then the question comes, why? Because his Kamachanda is not gone. He is still having Kamachanda and Vyapada. He has ill will and he has Kamachanda, enjoyment of senses. So that being has to come back to human realm of existence. Whether he's a Sotapanna, Sakadagami or whatever it is, he has to come back. Now these people are only Anusari. They're just followers. They have not done what should be done as a Sotapanna. So in all possibilities, they can't be reborn in a heavenly realm. That's the meaning. Now, if we were to say that, how do we know? We can't know it. Basically, that's not possible. So to go by this evidence, what he's putting there, because he will change this when you go up. Okay. So we have to make an inference from there. like, I have not seen this, so I have no idea that exactly this is how it works. Just like Sariputta in this Sampasadini Sutta, Buddha asked, how can you do this lion roar when you yourself have not experienced any one of these?
Inference.
Pardon?
It is an inference.
That's exactly what I'm doing here as an inference. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense to have 7 kind of an individual. They could just make it as 2 kinds and leave it. Because
No, what I thought is this 7 lives is the maximum what Buddha said, but it is
7
it is-
bhava. Actually, it is bhava, not lives. 7 bhava. Bhava.
Yeah.
You can have many jati. 7 bhava, not 7 jati. Jati is different. Bhava is different. Bhava, you have 3 bhava. You have kama bhava, rupa bhava, arupa bhava. They will not be born in an arupa existence at all. So then comes rupa bhava. Rupa bhava is when you are born in a heavenly realm. Kama bhava is manusya and others. So kama bhava also includes deva world. So you can get into the
So, see, with that logic, what you're saying, in some of the Buddha's, even teachers, like Alara Kalama and Udakarama Buddha, when they have, passed away, I think they didn't get any enlightenment experience or anything, and they went to Brahma world, I believe, because of their Arupa jhana. So that means their Kama Bhava and this power is not gone, but still they have to come back to the human world or even below that.
correct. That's correct.
Yeah, why is it? But they have gone to the Brahma world.
Bobby, in any meditation technique, whether it is Christian or whichever, Hindu or whatever it is, including Buddha, if we don't penetrate into the tilakana, anicca, dukkha, anatta, that's the one part, and we don't have a knowledge of the Four Noble Truths, you can still suppress anybody can suppress the defilements which are there and attain the highest, that is neva sanya na sanya ayatana, which is 31st realm of existence. They can go beyond the Brahma world also. Alara Kalama and Uddaka Ramaputta, if you take those 2 people, Uddaka Ramaputta ended with neva sanya na sanya ayatana, which is the highest, 31st realm. Is not going to come back. He is over and above the Brahma realms. That is 31. And in the case of this Alara Kalama,
Just to interrupt you, he told they were not going to come back.
yeah, they're not going to come back. No, till the end of the many eons, they will not be back because they're neither.
They will come back at some stage.
That means it's too long. They will come back at some stage. Just like Bobby, if somebody asks, is there a soul? And in 100% of the time, you will say yes, because you have not seen ending of the soul. If you take 100 lives, let's say you are able to see 100 lives, right? You're able to see 100 lives. So you know that you have 100 lives. Then you see 500 lives. So you see that you are there 500 lives. You see 1,000 lives. And then you get to see that you are there for 1,000 lives. Then you see 10,000 lives, so 100 lives, 100,000 lives, 1 million lives, many eons. Still you exist. So what's the opinion you're going to get is that there is a soul. Because that soul is what is seeing all these lives anyway. Now there is another person who has never seen his past lives. So what would happen? He would say there's nothing called as past life. It's the only life. So these are the 2 extremes. What Buddha did is to go beyond that, the beginning. And he came to know that the Vijnana extinguishes. Right? So whether it is Alara Kalama or Uddaka Ramaputta or anyone for that matter, can never see that the Vijnana ends when the Nama Rupa doesn't exist. Because they are always seeing themselves being there. So in the case of Alara Kalama, he attended or he practice the seventh jhana, akinchayatana, where he can see light in the heart. So he felt that's a max. That's what I need to do. So he did it. And Buddha, after learning from him, felt that it has defilement. The raga, dvesha, moha is existing because he is not able to see the reality. There is no Four Noble Truth experience. So that's the reason he says how one should practice. He should have nibbidaya, viragaya, like that, because the nibbida did not happen when he came to the seventh jhana. He was attracted by that. That means the thing is not working out. Even though it is arupa jhana. So what is he saying? Direct meditative experience, peaceful liberations that are freedom, formless, transcending form. Even then he says he is not achieved. His transcended form for that matter. So all of these people, whomever we are talking, who are saints, they would transcend form because form is a problem. So they go to the formless realm. When they go to the formless realm, there are four formless realms. So when they come to the first formless realm, the consciousness get established there as infinite space. Right? So if they are reborn there, means what? The consciousness gets associated with that. It's long than a normal living person or even a deva, because you have transcended and you come into the 27th realm of existence. 27, 28, 29, 28th realm of existence, which is far better than any other realms. It has transcended all Brahma realms then. Right? It has even transcended the Anagami realms. Right? Which is better now? Being born in infinite space is better, or being born here in Anagami level is better? Being born in infinite space is far better. And that means Alara Kalama even exceeded that. He came to nothingness, or rather infinite consciousness. He transcended infinite consciousness, where you can see everything appearing and disappearing, all in conscious. You get awareness of everything around. But he transcended that. He transcended and went to what? The seventh jhana, which is nothingness. And Buddha felt this is not. Then he went to Uddaka Ramaputta. He learned from him the eighth jhana, which is the highest. Now, Bobby, tell me one thing. If it is millions of eons before he's going to come back, doesn't he hold the view that he has achieved it? That's what is the thing. Right? We are reading this and we are saying you're going to come back, but you look at from the experience perspective. He is neither alive nor dead. If you get into that state, Bobby, you will see that you are awake and yet sleep. You would feel you are liberated. If whenever you attain that, that is how it would show to you, because you still have perception and feeling. So the ninth jhana is to cut the perception and feeling. Because as long as consciousness can perceive something, it will get established. Right? Because there's a perception of what? There's a perception of the Neva Sanyana Sanyayatana. And there's a feeling of Neva Sanyana Sanyayatana. That means I feel I am here. So Ayatana is still there, right? It's still not closed. So the ninth jhana is when it completely ceases. Sanya Vedita Nirodha. That's the end of it on the time scale, or on the scale of going by the Chitta Visuddhi. like what we are talking about, Kai Sakhi is a person who has attained all the 9 jhanas or 8 jhanas at least. That is Cheto Vimukti. Yes, Shreyas.
So in the 8th jhana, Neva Sanya, Nasanya, Ayatana, the Ayatana goes back and turns into the Indriya, right? So it's not Ayatana anymore, which is defiled by Ragadvesha.
No, there is a subtle feeling and perception. As long as there is a feeling and perception, there is going to be Ragadvesha Moha at a very subtle level, not at a gross level, very subtle.
Okay, so then you transcend beyond the Neva Sanya, Nasanya, Ayatana and go to Sanya Vedite Nirodha.
Exactly.
That is where everything
Ends.
That is where the extinguishment happens.
Yes, yes.
Alright.
Yeah, Bobby. Any further question?
No, it's all good. Like I was just trying to figure out one more sutta is there where in the Majjhima Nikaya where he explains about the same.
Yes, there is. There are. In fact, there are 9 suttas relating to each one of them. He explains.
Yeah, I think I remember reading somewhere where they go. Also, he is visible in that sutta.
Open that. No.
Yeah, but I can't remember. I have to search this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the thing is like this. If you can make an inference from here, right? Your question is, can he enter into Deva realm? Okay, maybe, may not be, but how is he put here?
So what he put, what I understood is, what I was thinking all this time is, they can be born for 7 lives, but it is not compulsory. For example, depending on his practice, that is a maximum. Now I heard somebody saying like that. That's a maximum a Sotapanna can be born. No, but that doesn't mean that he has to be born 7 times. No,
See, these are all interpretation problems. It's like,
Yes.
see, if somebody says, then what is the problem with an Sakadagami then? He's saying it's only one line.
See, for example, a Sotapanna, if he is born as a Sotapanna, and he is born in the human world, he can even become arahant. So that means he is born only one time.
That is correct, Bobby. See, the thing is like this. If the defilements have ended, there's no need that he has to take 7 lives just because there are 7 lives or whatever that is.
Yeah. Same thing happened in the heavenly world also, right? If he is born
That's what I'm telling you. The heavenly world doesn't make you to get into any pain. Without seeing the dukkha, how can you extinguish except for being an anagami? Because you have still kama loka with you.
No, Vilasi, like even the kama aspect is there in the heavenly world, right?
That's what I'm telling you, that the karma is there, then how can you extinguish is my question.
Yeah, see, you are saying dukkha and adukha is there in human world. But karma is there's some reliance in Deva world also has it.
That's
so
correct, Bobby. No, that's correct, Bobby.
Can he not meditate there and finish it off?
I don't know. To be honest,
Okay.
to what I have seen, I don't know. Meaning, I can only say from what I have seen myself.
Yeah.
It may be there. So, see, now the thing is like this, Bobby. If that is true, let's take that is true. Then a Sotapanna has what all kind of karma? He has both kind of karma. The human kind of karma is also there. The Deva kind of karma is also there. Right? Now my question is, counter question is, what is the process? What are the steps he can take to remove the human kind of karma?
That's where my confusion is there, that human kind of karma is not completely gone. That's
Absolutely not, right?
Yeah.
See, Bobby, let's understand this. They will take a example of Visakha. After being a Sotapanna, she had 20 children. If I were her, I wouldn't have allowed to have even a single child. Forget 20. Then why did she do it? She's a Sotapanna. And the same sutta where we are, the one sutta where you asked me to go through it, right? Where Anathapindika becomes a god. Okay? He goes to the heavenly realm because he dies, and Sariputta and Ananda have explained the Dhamma and all that. Right? He's a householder. He's born in heavenly realm. So it proves, right? He's born in heavenly realm.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, can he get extinguishment from there? And the
That's what
answer,
my doubt is.
no. It can't. He has a humanly karma left or not is a question. Unless he has removed Kamachanda and Vyapada, he can never say that he will be never be born in a womb existence again. Because when we say human existence, it means womb existence. Please, sir. Yes.
Human Kamachanda and Vyabhada, it is like what he says about that defilement is not completely connected with the human world. Right? Human aspect of the Kamachanda and the Vyabhada might be gone.
No, Bobby, in that case, he's an anagami. If you say...
Human aspect of, why he's not an anagami? Because the Deva aspect of Kamachanda and Vyabhada is not gone.
Bobby, there are two existences. One is a Deva existence. One is a human existence. In the Deva existence, Kama is there, of Deva.
Yeah.
After exhaustion, what they will do? After exhaustion of their life, what will they do? They will come down. From form.
When you finish,
Yes.
when you finish the Kamachanda and Vyabhada in the Deva world, that means he become an anagami, right? In the Deva world itself.
There are no suttas where it explains that from Deva world somebody has become an anagami. In fact, there are a lot of suttas which says that and from an anagami existence he has got extinguished. Then in that case, what I am asking you, Bobby, is that then we don't require so many classifications. It's one single right. Now you extinguish a human karma and Vyapada, then what happens? You are in Deva. From there you extinguish that karma and Vyapada. In fact, there's no Vyapada in the heaven. It's only karma. There can't be any Vyapada. So Vyapada ends here only. Otherwise you can't go up. So let's say...
Okay, then sorry, one more question.
Mhm.
Is it Buddha, when he was living, that time so many Devas used to visit him, or even he went to this Deva world and he was preaching Dhamma. That time, I believe, I'm not a very memory that, many Devas got liberated.
Yeah, so now I understand your thing. See, now let us say he went and taught to his mother in the Tusita heaven, right? Now, these are all... Have you seen anywhere in the sutta about the Tusita, where he went and spoke to his mother and he stayed
No,
there?
not in the suttas.
Not in the suttas, right?
Yes.
So we have no idea about those other things. In fact, it is there in the sutta also, where so many people got Dhammachakku in heaven. How did it open? Because Moggallana or somebody went and gave a talk. And they all became Sotapanna. It's there. I'm not saying it's not there, right? Now, Sotapanna means what? Let us say somebody, by their effort, they have gone there and they would have born in any other existences. Now, by understanding the Dhamma, the Dhammachakku opened up. So, they are not going to be reborn in any other existence except for human, apart from Deva. Correct? Have you seen any sutta? Have you read any sutta? Or do you remember any sutta from where they became an arhat, they became a sakatagami, they became an anagami? Is there any sutta? Please let me know, then I will correct my way of thinking.
No, maybe this is what I understood. They got Dhammachakku, or maybe they got I have to. Now when I read, I will read it carefully.
Yeah. No worries. So otherwise, Bobby, there is no need for anyone to have such a classifications. Because another thing is that we need to know what is required in that realm to extinguish. Let's say we now know here that we have to extinguish. But what about there? What is the process to extinguish the fire? See, we have so much of elaboration in the human world. I mean, like what we're studying today. But what about the Deva world? Why there are no teachings of the Devas? Right? Even when there is a huge sutta where it talks about he went to the Deva world and then he made them feel. But after that, we don't know. But the suttas only talk about human. So let's keep it aside. so that you can verify. Okay.
Yeah.
You can just verify and see if it is there. If it is there, fine. That's absolutely. See, it doesn't really matter. On one side, if you take at it, that's the reason Buddha says that appamadena sampadeta. That means don't be into heedlessness. That you just think, okay, anyway, I'll be reborn in a Deva realm. So why from there I'll get extinguished? He says, don't take that stand. So knowing that is good, absolutely good, but then we don't have to take the stand.
I think that type of thought will remove your urgency, right?
Yes. Anyway, I'll be reborn in a human in a Deva world. So I'm done.
Yeah.
But I'll not see the dukkha. That is where the problem I'm telling you. Like if you attain the formless realms, Bobby, you would know you don't want to come out of it.
Yeah.
Because
It's a danger.
yeah, it's so pleasing actually. Especially the 8th jhana is so pleasing because you're awake and yet sleeping. Okay, so basically we need to see like that. Unless we see like that, we feel that, okay, we are more intellectualizing it. But if you really attain the 4 arupa jhanas, you really see a difference in you. Because so calming, infinite space, just infinite space, if you experience, Bobby, we've never seen like that before. It keeps you happy for days together. It's like you're very high, meaning, let's say you had 100 bottles of champagne or wine or whatever, right? Always high. Just on the 5th jhana, not even 8th, 5th one. And just imagine a person who is seeing consciousness everywhere. What's his state of mind? If he sees himself everywhere, means everywhere, every damn thing he is aware. So that state, if I and you were to get into it, Bobby, don't you feel that you've done something extraordinary? Now, Alara Kalama comes next when he does the 7th one. And Uddaka Ramaputta comes to the next. So some people in my earlier, whenever I met them, they talk so lightly. Especially they think that, okay, it's very easy. What is there? Alara Kalama, Uddaka Ramaputta couldn't get liberated. They don't understand what it is. It's attaining that itself is amazing. It's not easy to get into the 9th, 8th jhana and stay there. It's not like I just, go like this. Okay, now this is 8th jhana. It cuts you off. It cuts you in a way that you're alive yet dead. Now you can make a pledge. I will not come back for next 50 years. I will not come back for next 200 years. You will be there. But for 200 years, you're gone. That's Neva Sanya Na Sanyayatana. That means you're neither alive nor dead. So if somebody comes and checks your pulse, like what that Samsara movie, what Aryu had sent, that is the 8th jhana. That person, his fingernails have grown, his beard is grown, everything is there. And he's sitting like this. And those people come and say, like I've seen in Ladakh, Bobby, there's one cave called as Saspol Cave. What they do is they take this Lama and the Lama, they give him a last food. Okay, last food. So he just eats a little bit of food and they put him in a cave and they close the cave, entrance to the cave, so that nothing comes. A small place is there for that air to come and go. Okay. After 15 days, if they were to open that person is sitting like this. There's no body movement. And he sits in that cave for 6 months. And there's a festival. On that festival day, they open that and then they go and tell in his ears, just like what was shown in that movie of Samsara. So then he slowly opens his eyes. If he opens his eyes, it's blinding light. So they cover it up and they do all that. There is one monastery there by name Bakso. It's a very nice monastery. So whenever I go there. I ask my partner, let's go there. It's a beautiful monastery, Bakso. You have to climb and climb and climb and climb, and then you go to the top, and then there's one single door, open it up. There's one lama, old lama, sitting there, and he'll be doing that. And then you take one place and sit. So what they do is they bring him there, either in the Bakso or in Likir or in some other monastery. Then there's another monastery called as Rezang Monastery. So that monastery is very remote. So they take any one of these monasteries and they make him sit there for days together because he can't open his eyes. So they tie and then make him sit, and they'll make him sleep or sit or whatever it is. And after a while, after 2-3 days, they slowly open his eyes. And then they give him a bath and all that, and somebody will come, shave his beard, shave his head, and all of that. They put him robes, and they say, "Oh, you're done." Like what was shown in that movie, exactly the same thing. So when I saw what he had sent, I felt, oh, this is the 8th jhana. So Aryu's question was, after attaining the 8th jhana, why he came into the sensuality? Because he suppressed it. It's not that it is gone. Right? So basically, Bobby, this is exactly the reason why Buddha rejected Uddaka Ramaputta. Because he came to know that after coming back from that, he is back to the same kind of life. While he was there, it was superb. And through this, he is saying that he has not attained. He says that they have no direct meditative experience. So if the person doesn't have a direct meditative experience, how can he ever know which realm he is in? Because there's no perception of it, right? Consciousness requires perception to land. If it doesn't have a perception of it, and how will it land? It can't land. It's like landing on moon. So you should have perception of the moon to land that vehicle there, right? Otherwise, where will you land? So the consciousness requires feeling and perception. It's just something to perceive. Anyway, you check it up, but this is what it is, that how this works. So any sage, whomever we call, can be in Christian, can be Hindu, can be whichever religion. Anyone who has really attained it will attain the 8th jhana. He can be a pope, he can be this person, that person, it can be a saint, he can be a sadhu, it can be a whomever we want to call that as. He can do it. And yoga especially teaches how to get into the 8th jhana. Okay? It's possible for anybody to get into the 8th jhana, provided he masters it. So you require the 4 rupa jhanas to be done and the 4 arupa jhanas to be done. Okay, that's a Cheto Vimukti. So that is there in Upanishad also, on how to do that. If you know how to do it, you can do it. Absolutely nothing stops you from doing it. So, like this Sivananda, if you take, you can get into the 8 jhanas, which is the Turiya, state of 4th, which means 8 jhana. Okay, they might not be using the same language what Buddha is explaining there as Neva Sanya Na Sanya Ayatana. That need not be the case, because let's say Uddaka Ramaputta in Pali means Uddalaka Maharshi in Sanskrit. He is a person who knows the Vedas and he knows how to attain, how to get into Brahma realm. He has seen it and hence Buddha goes and joins Uddhakarama because he is a noted teacher at that point in time. So he becomes a student, and he found out that when he comes out of that attainment, is my mind clean? No, still I am feeling and perceiving. When I see this object, I say that is that is this, that is this. That means still not done. And hence he searched for full refuge, not a part refuge. It's just, so now in this case, in the case of Buddha, he did it. Now we are followers of the Buddha. So what he says, he just have a degree of faith in the Buddha. That means he is not fully faith-oriented person. Even then the question comes, Bobby, if he can be reborn in a heavenly realm, that means he should be doing something other than what Buddha has taught. That means he should be able to do the 4 Rupa Jhanas, if not the Arupa Jhana. That means he should have got developed so much that when he gets into the Buddha Dhamma, he can attain into the 4 Rupa Jhanas, and hence he is born in a heavenly realm. That's possible. That's 100% possible. Like that. So here it doesn't say that, and hence I am inferring it. Shall I go forward? So shall I continue on the same one of the remaining?
Yeah, okay, yeah, yes.
Okay. Fine. Where did it go? Then we go here. Now you see this Dhammanusari. What he says, it's a person who doesn't have direct meditative experience of peaceful liberation in formless transcending form. And having seen with wisdom, their defilements have not come to an end, and they accept the teaching proclaimed by the realized one. So then, in the first case, the Buddha is not accepted fully. In the second case, the Dhamma is not accepted fully. It's not matured. And they accept the teachings proclaimed by the realized one after deliberating them with a degree of wisdom. Okay. So now their indriyas, if you take the Panya Indriya is developing, there is no Saddha Indriya. There is no Saddha Indriya. There is Saddha Indriya means the Saddha Indriya is not there, is what I am saying. When compared to Panya Indriya, the Saddha Indriya is not developed. The Virya Indriya and all that is yet to be developed. So then he has only on the Panya. He is standing on the Panya, wisdom, with a degree of wisdom. Earlier he was on the path of this, and now the earlier one he was on path of Saddha, faith. Here it is on the path of wisdom. So somebody is on Saddha will get into a Cheto Vimukti, somebody on the Panya will get into Panya Vimukti. Are you fine? So this is the second one. So the difference between the first one and the second one is on wisdom, another one is on faith. So you are clear, right? How these two people are.
Yeah. One is they have faith more advanced, 100%.
Correct.
Like, but they have a degree.
No, they don't have 100%. A degree of that means they are yet to develop. Sotapanna is one who has developed in Saddha completely. There is no doubt in him, and the Sila is completely established. In these two people, the Sila is established, but the Saddha is not established. The Panya is not established. In one, the Panya is not established. In the other, the Saddha is not established. Got the point? Because to be a Sotapanna, you should have Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha as a Saddha, experiential faith, not just faith, experiential faith. Then his Sila should be intact. In these two people, the Sila is intact. They don't break the Sila, but they don't have a complete understanding of the Dhamma on this Dhammanusari. And the second one, which we just now spoke, as don't have the experiential faith in Buddha teaching. He just agrees little bit. Ah, yes, makes sense. That's so now you can yourself realize that where he will be reborn. Without this maturing, they can't be reborn in a heaven realm or in a as a Sotapanna also. He's not even a Sotapanna. So if we say they can be reborn in the same existence, it means they don't have to have this kind of categorization. It can be, right? So then we go to the third one. See here, it's a person who doesn't have direct meditative experience of peaceful liberation that are formless, transcending form. Nevertheless, having seen with wisdom, some of their defilements have come to an end. So what are the sum of his defilement? Sakkaya Ditti has come to an end. Sila Vitta Paramasa has come to an end. Then the Visikiccha is not there. Right? And the faith is settled, rooted and planted on the realized one. Right? This person is called freed by faith because his mind is freed from the doubt. Now there's no doubt on Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. But he says that I say this mendicant also still have work to be done with diligence. He's not ended. He's only ended to the level that he's become a Sotapanna. So the first two cannot be Sotapanna, right?
Yeah.
Like that we need to see. In the other two, he says, he doesn't use the word nevertheless. Whatever in English, they put it correctly. Nevertheless, he has put there. In the other two, did you see anything like that?
No.
So their defilement has not come to an end. What does he say? And having seen with wisdom, their defilements have not come to an end. That means even if somebody tells them that you are yet to do, and they have to agree to it, because they have, through their wisdom, they can't see this. Their defilement has not come to an end. So how can they be reborn in a higher realm, even though their defilements are there? Okay, now we go further. Now we come to this view. He is also Sotapanna. Having seen with wisdom, some of the defilement come to an end, and having clearly seen and clearly contemplated wisdom, the teachings and training proclaimed by the realized one. Now, the first one was only on Saddha. The second one is on wisdom. That is, the Dhamma is seen it through wisdom. Both are Sotapanna. This Saddha person will go into the Cheto Vimukti. This Ditti Pato person will go into Panya Vimukti. Got it? Okay. Then we come to this one, direct witness, Kaya Sakhi. It's a person who has direct meditative experience and the peaceful liberation that are formless, transcending form. and having seen with wisdom some of their defilements have come to an end. This person is called a direct witness. I say this mendicant still has work to be done. Why? Because he has attained only till 8 jhana. He has not attained the 9th one. Clear?
Yes.
Now, Panya Vimukto. In this case, the direct meditative experience of peaceful liberation, that formless transcending form, is not. Nevertheless, having seen with their defilement have come to an end. So he doesn't have anything to do. So when compared to the jhanic experiences, the Panya is far better. Because that Dittipato person will become an Arhat faster than the jhanic person. Now, the difference between the Kaisiki who has come to 8 jhana, he just had to remove the perception and feeling. Then he is done. Like what Buddha did. But he should attain all the 8 jhanas. That's a must. And he should be able to stay in that 4 jhanas for a long period of time, meaning 4 arupa jhanas. Not 1 minute, 2 minutes. At will. So this person, the one Kaisiki, can become an anagami, and from then he has to work out and then become an arhat because his defilement is there. What's the point? Now, if the 9th jhana is attained, he will be reborn. There is a sutta where he says that released upon arrival. Okay. So he can be released upon arrival, just like, you get the visa on arrival. So you can get into liberation upon arrival. Or he will come there, work out, and then attain. Whereas this person on Panya Vimukti, there's nothing more to be done. You see there, he says there's nothing more to be done. Has no work to be done. Yes, Aryu?
I think you've remembered that you said the anagamis would be able to attain the 8 jhanas at will.
Correct. It's possible.
Which means all anagamis are on the path of Kayasaki, at least.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
Panya or not, that's
Because I'll tell you why. When the Kamachanda and Vyapada is removed, the Kama Bhava is removed. Only Rupa Bhava, Arupa Bhava remains. So he can attain the formless and the form jhanas quickly, at will.
So all these people who got Panya Vimukti without attaining the jhanas, they skipped anagami.
No, they can be an anagami using the Panya, but not in this. See, that's the reason he starts with Saddha Vimukti, Saddha person and Dhamma person, right? So there are 2 kind of individual here. If the person in either one, he can be a Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami. But majority of them, if they get hooked onto the jhanas, who will be having Rupa Raga, Arupa Raga there, right? Because they get associated with that. That's the defilement.
So are you saying this Panya person, even though he may have reached anagami, but his roots, let's say in jhana, are not as steep, so he may
Yes.
not be
Yes. So what would happen is, when he has gone on Panya, he wouldn't have the Rupa Raga, Arupa Raga also. The Raga is completely eliminated. So he can't get into the jhanik like this person, right? Then number 2, he has only 3 more sanyojana or the fetters. one is avijja, one is udacha, one is mana. So Buddha says panya is far better than the jhana. Whereas Kaisikhi, he has to do something. It's still not ended. Yes.
I guess this Dhamma, let's say this product of Dhamma has two appeal. One appeal is the panya. Like once you get it, the wisdom is there, understanding there, naturally you're resting, it's peaceful.
Yes.
You don't need, and the other product they sell is bliss. Right?
Yes.
So if you're more buying into the bliss product, you get more into the jhanic thing, and eventually leads to wisdom. But if you're on this, you don't so much require the bliss being there because anyways it's peace.
Correct. Absolutely right. So Buddha promotes more of panya, wisdom, than the jhana, the peaceful state of the mind. But both require samadhi. That's true. One is on the panya side of it, another one is calming the senses side of it. Upatopaga vimukti, the next one is freed from both sides. Meaning he can attain all the 9 jhanas at will and also has the panya that his defilements are ended. So he's able to have all the 9. Thanks, Bobby, for asking that question. We have completed our session also with that. So we went back to Kai Gitis, what is the Kitagiri Sutta once again. Yep, thank you for that. But I mean, if you had not argued this, we would have gone into this. See, always we have to remember, if we have a doubt, we have to kill the doubt then and there. There's no need for us to carry it, saying that, okay, I will check it up. No, we'll finish it. Because the more doubt we carry, the worse it gets. We should either way cut it off. Either we agree to disagree, or we agree or we disagree. But at least we have done something. Okay, so then let's end for today. Because the next section is big. I can do it. We finish up. This is very easy. Yeah, I can finish it. I think so. Not much. So we finished Kitagiri Sutta. Now we are coming into this. So after Puggala, Padhana Desana. This is only Buddha Dhamma. Nowhere else you'll find it. This is Padhana Desana. Striving. That is Sati me bhante sambojjhanga, Sati sambojjhango, Dhamma vichaya sambojjhango, Virya sambojjhango, Piti sambojjhango, Pasiddhi sambojjhango, Samadhi sambojjhango, Upeka sambojjhango. So these bojjhanga factors are required. What do you mean by bojjhanga? Any idea?
Bojjhanga is the factors of the 7 factors of enlightenment.
Yes. Or awakening. You are getting awakened in stages. Okay. The first stage is the sati. So what does that mean? Let's say I am watching the body and the body becomes skeleton and I am aware of the skeleton and I know what the body is doing, what the mind is doing, what the speech is doing. That means I have carried sati. Sati sambojjhanga. So that's one first factor of awakening, because now I was treating myself as a person. Now as opposed, I'm now seeing it as 3 things. One is the body, one is the speech, one is the mind. They don't belong to me. Clear? Then I can do a Dhamma Vichaya Sambojjhanga. Now I can analyze the Dhamma. Kaya Dhamma is one thing. Vachi Dhamma is another thing. Mano Dhamma is another thing. What is Kaya Dhamma? Asapassa is Kaya Dhamma, which is Sankharo. What is Vachi? Is Vitakka Vichara, is the Vachi Sankharo. Then the feeling and perception is Mano Sankharo. So now I can really see it. Dhamma Vichaya Sambojjhanga. Because I am able to see it, I am putting effort to remove this coming in contact. So Virya Sambojjhanga is the third factor of awakening. The fourth factor of awakening is when I do it, I get pity. I did it. So body is one thing, speech is another thing, mind is another thing. Even all the three looks the same. No. They are different. And now I see anyone is the same. So pity. Then pasiddhi, tranquility. So tranquil. As in the case of samatva in Sanskrit, samatha in Pali. Means the mind is not moving anywhere. Mind stilled. There's no movement. Pasiddhi. And hence I can get into samadhi at will. And upekha comes. This is Buddha Dhamma. Padhana. Padhana is to strive. So you strive for these 7, starting with sati, then Dhamma Vichaya, the body, speech, mind, Asapassa, Kaya Sankharo, this one, Vachi Sankharo, Vitakka Vichara, then feeling and perception, Vedana, or rather Sanya Vedana is Mano Sankharo. So now I've understood the Dhamma, the quality of being that, being the Kaya, is Asapassa. This whole body is attached to the breath. That's it. What? This thinking and pondering, what should I speak, what should I do, what should I this dual talking inside me is Vitakka Vichara, is Vachi Sankhara, speech. Then the feeling and perception of the 6 senses is Mano Sankhara. So now I understood Dhamma Vichaya. Now putting effort to get into more and more and more and cut it off, dissect. Then what happens? Piti happens. When piti happens, pasiddhi happens. Tranquil. Everything is tranquil. Sabba Sankhara Samatho. The samatha is samadhi, upekka. 7 factors of awakening. So I've awakened 7 times. First time with sati, ending with upekka. All right. So tomorrow we meet on the next one, ways of practice. Any questions? Supriya, Janak, May?
Yes, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
अभी जो क्वेश्चन आर्य ने पूछा था कि बुद्ध कलाम पुत्र जी और आलर कलाम के बारे में, तो मेरा ये उस पे ये क्वेश्चन था, मतलब मुझे समझ में नहीं आया शायद, तो क्या वो बुद्ध धम्म और संघों को पालन नहीं करते थे, तो क्या वो मुक्त नहीं हो सकते थे?
मुक्त हो सकते हैं, ऐसा नहीं मुक्त नहीं हो सकते. So let me explain what she is trying to say. It is not Ari who asked this, it is Bobby who asked it. So Bobby's question is that would not, or rather this Alara Kalama and Uddaka Ramaputta, can't they not get liberated? And the answer to that is like this. If in any religious tradition, okay, if there is a way when you can understand the Dhamma, the nature of things, you can get liberated. If in any tradition, if the nature of things is not understood, by suppressing something, you can't get liberation. In the case of Alara Kalama and Uddaka Ramaputta, they knew how to suppress the Raga Dvesha Moha. So, let's understand what is this in a proper perspective. Eye is Raga Dvesha Moha. Ear is Raga Dvesha Moha. Nose is Raga Dvesha Moha. Tongue is Raga Dvesha Moha. The body is Raga Dvesha Moha. The mind is Raga Dvesha Moha. So when we say Raga Dvesha Moha, it is for the six senses. Salayatana. In that only this Raga Dvesha Moha is there. Nowhere else can this be found, right? So we should know what are we talking in terms of Raga Dvesha Moha. So when somebody gets into the seventh, sixth jhana, fifth jhana, why all that? Even with first jhana, don't you have Raga Dvesha Moha? You have. If you don't get into jhana, you feel irritated. Why I am not getting into jhana? So you'll do something. So here are the ways of doing it. Now, if I utter Om for 1 lakh times, okay, that's called japa. And I do ajapa of 1 lakh times. Then I can do first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana, sixth jhana, seventh jhana, eighth jhana. With Om, nothing else. Like if you sit like this, take in breath, look at your breath, waves coming in either of the nostril. What I can do is, I can increase the time. So let's say it is 20 seconds, then I can do 40 seconds, then I can do 1 minute, then I can do 2 minutes, then I can do 5 minutes. One single Om will be 5 minutes. Like that, and we come in 5 minutes. That means my number of breaths has reduced. So fourth jhana is what? Stopping the breath. Right? Can I not do it? I can do. This is one method. Second method, which is there in Upanishad, so hum. In breath so, out breath hum. Do it. So on the other side, what the Thai tradition did is they brought in Buddho, Buddho, Buddh. In breath, dho, out breath. Buddh. In breath, dho, out breath. It's same like so hum. Right? Can't you not do it? You can do it. Because it is Buddho, we call it as Buddha teaching. It's remembering. You have to remember you are doing Om. So if you do 1 lakh times or 100,000 times, you can do it. Yes.
सर ये तो आपने अभी सांस के बारे में बोला कि इस तरह से करने से मन एकाग्र होता है, और जप का जो आपने बोला है कि 1 लाख बार जप करने से भी हो सकता है.
नॉट हो सकता है, होता है. इट्स पॉसिबल.
जो मेरे पास एक माला है वो मैंने लाई है, लेकिन मैं उसे करती नहीं हूँ क्योंकि मैंने कहीं पे पढ़ा ही नहीं है, तो मैं कैसे करूँ. इसलिए वो बस रहती थी और बुद्ध गुणों को मैं उसको रिसाइट करती थी. वो गिन के 108 मनी की माला है.
108 जो है ना, 108. So you have to do it 1 lakh 8 times.
1 lakh 8 times.
हाँ, 1 लाख 8. Okay, so if you do वो जपमाला जो है ना, that like Buddho, 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 like that, you keep on doing it. Or if a person is a Hindu or whatever, he can do Om, 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 like that, or whatever. It's called Nama Japa. So you get into Kasina. The first Kasina meditation, then the second Kasina meditation, the third Kasina meditation, like that. So what happens here? When the person is doing japa, he has to stop it. Then he has to do ajapa. That is, you sit in the mind, it should happen Buddho, Buddho, Buddho. Another 100, 1,08,000, 100,008. Then stop. Your breath will stop. So without knowing the nature of things, you have come to the fourth jhana. You can do it with the beads. With the
लेकिन हम तो उसे गिन रहे हैं, तो हमको कैसे पता गिन रहे हैं मतलब जो नाम हम जब कर रहे हैं, तो हमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि हम 1,08 बार वो कर पाए हैं?
वो काउंट करना पड़ेगा ना आपको. You have to count.
माइंड तो इधर डाइवर्ट हो जाएगा ना सर काउंट
Nah, that is how you have to learn. You have to watch the breath. You have to watch the finger touching. You should also watch that recitation and you should count. You have to do 4 things at once. That is the reason you require sati. It can remember all the 4. If you don't have sati, you can't do it. I'll be holding this and I'll be thinking something else. Buddha, 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 Buddha. Then it is called Buddhu only. Idiot. Fine. You can do it. Okay. Hail Jesus. 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 108 times. You get the same effect. Exactly the same effect. Okay. So whichever you choose, you will get the same effect. But you have not understood the nature of things. The nature of things is to arise and pass away. But you are holding on to it. So you will have problem. Because after it ends, after that 100,008 japa ends and ajapa ends, when you come back to the same sensual existence as you were before. It doesn't help.
मतलब हमें साथ में भी देखना है, साथ के साथ साथ हमें वो जो मनी होता है उसको भी टच करना है और उसको रिसाइट करना है. इन एंड आउट. उसके बाद बुद्ध के गुण का मतलब बुद्ध का गुण लेना है. उसके बाद वो मनी हमको.
उसमें बुद्ध गुण नहीं है. There is no Buddha guna in that. He is only saying Buddho, Buddho,
Okay.
Buddho, Buddh in, dho out. Buddh in, dho out. Buddho, 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 like that.
और एक सांस होने के बाद वो मनी हमको इस साइड पे लेना है. ओके.
I have hold it like this. Buddho, 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 like that. No, she's already brought it. Very good. Yes, sir, you go ahead.
And whenever you lost sati, you have to start over.
Yes, you're again start again. Because now I'm doing this Buddho, 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 Buddho. Suddenly Aryu comes in my screen and then I'm looking at the visa. Buddho, 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 Buddho. Then I feel when I'm going to book my flight ticket, Buddho, 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 Buddho. That's not going to work. That's gone. No matter whether I said Soham, Buddho, this, that, it doesn't matter. So, Alara Kalama and Uddaka Ramaputta knew how to do this. Yes. Yes, Tejaswini, go ahead.
Sir, I am reciting the Arahant and half Arahant. What is mean Soham? What is mean of Soham?
No, that is other topic. So let's not take that topic. I'm just answering to the question of Alara Kalama and Uddaka Ramaputta, for which you need, if you want to know about Soham, you need to know Upanishad. You need to know Taittiriya Upanishad. So that is not part of this topic right now. Yeah. So we can do by any method, Supriya. But the problem is, in the case of Alara Kalama and Uddaka Ramaputta, they were able to suppress. And is also used, that word is used in the, what is that, Maharaja Kumara Sutta. It's in Majjhima Nikaya 85. Sorry, Bodha Raja Kumara Sutta, MN 85. That suppression means what? The Raga, Dvesha, Moha is coming in the six senses. You can suppress by Buddho. Your mind temporarily lets go of the senses. So I'm using the beads or Japamala and I'm doing that, and for that time the mind is established on here. So it is stopped flowing into the senses. So when the senses are stopped, what should happen? You'll get into formless. Simple. So you have got the formless attainments. So, Supriya, if you were to do that Buddho like that, after 100,008, which is 1,08,000, you will see a vision. That's called a nimitta. That's what is there in Visuddhi Magga also. So you get a vision. That nimitta is a perception. So now you get a perception of infinite space. Space is infinite. Then again you continue the Japamala of Buddho, 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 Buddho. Again the ajapa of that. Then you get a perception, a vision. Automatically the mind will now go into the infinite consciousness. Consciousness is infinite. Now you can rest. You can say, I want to stay in this infinite consciousness for one full day. So immediately there is a collapse. It just collapses. It falls down. पूरा गिर जाएगा. फिर सारा जगत आपको कॉन्शियस आ जाएगा. मतलब you will see consciousness in the entire world systems. Okay, that's a sixth state. So where will you see it? In the eyes, in the ear, in the nose, in the tongue, in the body, in the mind, because the defilements are not there. It is suppressed. So you have attained the sixth jhana. And then let's say you make a wish using the beads. I'm holding like this, sitting like this. It stops. The bead stops. For the whole day, or whichever, how many ever days I want to sit like this. Then the perception comes back. Again, Buddho, 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 like that. Then I come to the seventh jhana, which is nothingness, akinchayatana. There's nothing in the ayatana, akinchayatana. Is more peaceful than Vinyananchayatana. Then I can say I want to stay here for 5 days. Then Neva Sanya Na Sanyayatana. Neither dead nor alive. Your body is alive, but you are not there. The body is sitting like this. And the Japamala has also stopped. How many days? You decide. Then comes Neva Sanya, Sanya Vedete Nirodha. In here, you have to make a symbol. Otherwise, you'll never come back. And that is what is there in the Mahavedala Sutta, that you have to make a symbol. You have to make a wish. Then you come back. Yes. Yes, Tejaswini, go ahead. So you have to make a wish. And I want to come back after these many months, these many years. So you'll be there. Just like Aryu had shared one movie called Samsara. In that person has gone into this 8th jhana. And he's in the cave. Just like I was explaining about the other cave in Ladakh. I could have taken all of you there if we had gone. But anyway, next time whenever we go, I'll take you there. You can see it. Okay. So a person sits, fingernails have grown, this beard, everything is grown. There are flies and there are so many creatures walking around on his body. He's dead nor alive. He's neither dead nor alive. Neva sanya na sanya ayatana. Then I'm sitting. And they come and say, hello. Then he comes. Yeah, Bobby.
That's it.
Okay. So like that. So you can do it in various ways, but all of these have defilements. Like when that person was in that state of existence, when you saw that, the first frame, what they show that this monk has achieved by suppressing his sensual desire. Correct? And when he sees this girl called Pema, and then he starts liking it. So he comes back to the sensual existence once again because his mind has not let go of the sensuality. The Kama Chanda has not gone. The Vyapada has not gone. He has only suppressed it. Yes, Aryu.
And I think from talking on that movie, I think you were maybe making a point that you said what comes up will come down, right?
Yes.
That's the energy. Hence, maybe the Kamachanda they have to face because the long suppression will be even greater than normal people have to face.
Correct. Absolutely. So, ending of defilements is not suppression. You really get out of Kamachanda and Vyapada because that energy is so strong that when you come back, like that person came back, he's come back with such a potence, right? So he doesn't know what to do. And then he is having all wet dreams coming up. What's that? Slingshot.
Slingshot, I think, means like a...
Yeah. Got it. So like that. So he has so much of energy. Because when you sit and meditate, you get energy. But when you see an opposite sex, that energy is immediately pushed that side. Because the Kamachanda is there. The sensuality is there. The highest sensuality is sexuality. So it automatically goes towards that side. That's the danger.
Yeah, that's why in that movie, that person was meditating for many years.
Yes.
And supposedly achieved so much, from that movie. But immediately he comes out and see a woman, he becomes like an idiot, just staring at her nonstop.
Yes.
And I was wondering, why is that such? I was thinking, how is that possible? Someone who's so attained in meditation will immediately get into sensuality in this degree.
Because of the energy. There's so much of energy.
And I guess that's why suppression is a dangerous business. If you don't know what you're doing, and without protection, you can end up getting worse.
Yes.
Like you get into all these jhanic attainment, but long term it may actually be dangerous for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Even if you look at these videos where people promote celibacy for the sake of, confidence, and they call it no fap. They will say at 30 days, the woman keeps coming and all that. That's what they're marketing, but that's their way of looking at it. But they say the same thing.
Yep.
I
So
think that's the reason Goenkaji took his wife beside all the time.
that's safer. That's safer.
Yeah, safer, and it has more kind of conference for the women to come and talk.
Yeah, correct.
All the spiritual empires collapse because of this type of allegations.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because they suppress. When they suppress, there's too much of energy which get generated through the meditation, but the person doesn't know what to do with it. So basically, you are calling the entire world to come with you. Ultimately, you sucked into it.
Yeah. I think even Buddha has to encounter this type of controversy.
Yeah. With that Chincha.
Chincha?
That lady's name is Chincha.
I thought it's something else.
No.
We came with the Buddha and what?
That's her name is Chincha.
Chincha, okay.
It's there in the Jayamangala Gatha itself.
वही कहना चाहती थी मैं अभी.
Chincha. Chincha is extremely beautiful woman. So they find someone who is so beautiful that people want her, and she goes to the Buddha, right? And then she does all of that thing. They're trying to show that look, Buddha is also a loose character. Like that. If you read Jayamangala Gatha, you will find Chincha. Search it. Till you search it, I will not go from here, so that your mind is at peace.
Yeah, Buddha Jayamangala Gatha.
तेन्द्राय दुष्टवचनं जनकाय मज्जे संतेन सोम विधिना जितवा मुनिन्दु तन्ते दशा भवतु ते जय वन्दना.
See now, Bobby, I have some very strong people here who have read these gathas so much. So,
Yeah, Chincha. Having tied, I'll say the English one, having tied a piece of wood over her belly to feign her pregnancy, Chincha tried to defame his in the midst of an assembly. By peaceful and gentle means, the Lord of sages conquer her. By the power of such virtues, may victory and happiness be yours.